So today I want to share a little more about the book and the behind the scene of the book because it could help you as well promote whatever creation that you are marinating or simmering right now. Um, and also I will be asking you a question. Let's dive in. I remember feeling so ashamed and so scared that someone would see me put the piece of paper in his bag, but I never heard about it from anyone. I wouldn't see him again until 10 years later at a gas station. It was the first time I was looking at him without fear of not being seen by not being I'm losing my lines here. Yeah. In fact, I had become someone else and didn't need to be seen by him anymore. My perspective was totally shifted. I had learned that I didn't need anybody's validation to be proof that I am lovable, no matter who's looking at me or not. Looking back, this was more than a teenage crush. It was an early exercise in vulnerability, in expressing my feelings despite the fear of being unseen or rejected. That act of bravery, though seemingly small, was a step towards the woman I am today. One who understands the power of vulnerability, the strength in showing up authentically, whether in love, life, or business. I realized when learning to navigate the world of online visibility that these lessons from my past are more prominent than I would have ever thought. I used to take it personally if I didn't get engagement on my post. I found myself deleting posts because I made it mean that what I was posting was not good enough. In other words, I believed that I wasn't good enough to be worth a thumbs up. But eventually that shifted. I've learned that being visible isn't just about being seen by others. It's about seeing and accepting yourself first with all of your fears, hopes, and dreams. It's about understanding that vulnerability is not a weakness, but a courageous step towards genuine connection and growth. Writing this book, I've come to realize something profound. The way we operate in one area of our life tends to mirror how we handle every other aspect. As I matured as an entrepreneur, a mom, and a spouse, this truth became increasingly apparent. Despite investing countless hours and a small fortune in stellar programs, my business remained static. That remained true until Tracy Litt entered my life and changed my perspective permanently. So maybe you don't know Tracy Litt, but she's one of my coaches. And yesterday she published an amazing photo. She got the book. So it's so weird to publish a book where you talk about someone specifically. Um, so I cannot wait to have her feedback. Um, so Tracy was in the same entrepreneur group coaching program I was in, and she would always come into calls like a force to recount with. She burst in, radiating confidence, thrilled to express herself fully, unfazed by whether she was charging 100K for a week's work of stepping into a TED Talk stage to remind people that they've forgotten who they are. Talk about guts, right? I was completely intimidated by her. One day I was sitting in my cubicle at work, having just ended an advertising strategy call when a reminder popped up on my screen. The elevation experience starts in 30 minutes, right in time for my lunch break, I thought. That notification felt like a nudge from the universe that I needed to be on that call, no excuses. Fear crept in immediately. Locked in a tiny, windowless meeting room, earphones in, I logged into Zoom. Tricilit once appeared in my mastermind, was now on my screen as a potential coach, and she had about 30 other women on this call with her. I sat there, heart pounding, partly terrified, partly in awe of her unwavering conviction. She had this way of teaching that was magnetic and compelling. That group session was a game changer. I found the courage to send her a private message, and as my heart pounded and raced, I let my finger move across the keyboard. Tracy, how can you be so sure of yourself in everything you do and say? I hit send on the message, expecting a response in a few hours. But seconds later, her voice came through in an audio message. Hi, because I know that I know that I know, was all she said back. I know that I know that I know. I repeated to myself, what did that even mean? But it dawned on me, this was it. This was the secret sauce, the magic mantra that bridges the gap in business, love, motherhood, everything. It's about that unshakable self assurance and knowing that you've got this, no matter what this is. It was my turn to tap into the same reservoir of self belief. I know that I know that I know. It's more than a catchy phrase, it's a mindset, it's a life philosophy, it's a knowing, a pull in my belly. It's about crossing over to the side of confidence, where doubts don't get to call the shots anymore. It's about owning your power and remembering who the hell you are, which was actually a piece of jewelry that Tracy would give me 3 years later that I still wear every day. The moment she sent me that brief audio message was pivotal for me. I realized what the missing link was in my business, in my life, in my heart. And I understood that if I didn't connect with it, then I would never understand why my marketing wasn't working and why my business felt stuck. I had to get out of my own way. So that was chapter, what is this? Number 3. Chapter 3. I love chapter 3. So um, I want to share with you. Oh, I'm going to do my little traditional move now, putting my Facebook public because Facebook puts me, I don't know why, in limited. Okay, give me a second. Here we go. Edit post. So you know that when you're live, you can go to your Facebook and change the your audience, public, friends, or only me. Voila, done and done. And I'm going to share this video in the group because I know some of you are living in the group. That's why there is a group, because when you don't want to miss anything, I would recommend to all of you to go to the group. It's called Becoming Visible Online, and I have a link for this. If you need it, just DM me group and I'll send you the link. So today I want to kind of share. I got a few questions from all of you about, how do you launch? How did you do the launch? How did you prepare the launch? What is the strategy behind the launch? So I'm gonna share with you that that strategy is not fully on paper yet, because I really created it in a way that is very organic, but very strategic, but very, very tied to the string of my heart. And I think that's the one you want to put on paper if you're taking notes. Number one, whatever you launch, a book, a program, a new lead magnet, whatever, you got to love it. And you got to feel a little fear of showing it to the public, because fear is a sign that you're on the right track. Fear is the sign that you're getting in the next level of you, which is in a zone of unfamiliarity. This is in that place that we call the zone of discomfort, unfamiliarity. Unknown is a place where all the things you say you want to be, have, feel, do next are. No fear, no next. No fear, you stay the same. Chances are you grow frustration unless you're completely unaware of who you are, right? So, number one, before you launch a book or anything, is do you love it? And does it scares you to show it to the world? That's number one. Number two, I want you to see this. I'm going to tell you where I go in my mind, but I want you to know, when I don't know if you have kids or nieces, but if when they do their very first, dance show, for example, or they have something public, and then the family go to the show, or you get excited for your little girl or your little boy, and then you get them ready, days in advance, you're gonna say, hey, it's coming up, like you do everything so that your little one is ready and feel good and happy and excited to do her or his show or competition or whatever, right? So this type of feeling, who is your little who is your family in your business, who could get you into that state of empowering feeling emotions? So that's one of the things I did. I reached out to people who, even if they have nothing to do with my business, but no matter what I do, they believe in me, they're going to support me all the way, whether it's to sell the book or being here as a cheerleader and say, like, move, go forward, don't even stop, don't even think of stopping right now, you move. Okay, because the fear gets louder and louder as you get closer to the day of. Okay, so a lot of nervous system regulation, of course. So, but the people, so I contacted maybe, I don't know, no kidding, 2 weeks before. Like, the thing is, in my point of view, don't tell people too early, because people are super, super busy and they're going to forget. So I reach out to people in my life who I know got my back, even if we haven't talked forever, right? And I said, hey, I'm going through a major thing right now, and I'm opening something that I call the Book Launch Tribe. And I would love to have you in there. It's basically an email community where I'll tell you, if you want to support me, how you can support me. I'll give you heads up, the day of, the day after, blah, blah. And then, so I got about 35 women in that book launch tribe. So those are people from my life, from childhood to now, reaching out to, what I call my most loyal clients, hero clients, who, always, they love so much the work we do together, we did together, that they're always with me, and they always want me to win, right? So they are in that. I reached out and said, hey, this is coming up. I wrote that book for my past clients, and for my future clients, and for my current clients. And it's after working 10 years in the world of marketing, and almost 30 years in the world of communication and television and radio and print as a journalist. I've learned so much about how people, share a message or don't share it, and don't access to sharing their message, which can change the world or change the people around them or the people that are going to meet them. That I know that it can resonate with, so many women. Um, so I did that, and then I reach out also for that tribe, to any, colleagues that I know believe in my mission. So all the coaches, and I said, hey, this is going on in my world. I know that it's a topic close to your heart, and I'm opening a book launch a tribe, I would love to have you in it. Here's what it works. Basically, are you in or not? And then the other type of people I contacted are all the people that are in my masterminds. I belong to different masterminds, coaching programs, and this is the beauty of, the more you invest in you, the more connection you make in the world, like literally, because everything is online in my world, on like, I mean, in my programs that I invested in. And so I have people from all over the world who believe in me, and that has no price. And so a lot of them are in the book launch tribe. I also reached out to, yeah, I think that the basic, the community, social media love community, past clients, present clients, future clients, people who, oh yeah, people who are very engaged on my social media community. I said, hey, that's an opportunity to hang out together more closely. And I know that this topic matters to you. So are you in, basically? So we're 35 women. And, I sent quite a few emails. I think we're at email 7. And what I make sure to do is to make sure that I keep them in the loop of, where we at with the book, how they can help me. If we have mega win, when I was doing, when I hit different bestseller categories, I shared it with them, and a lot of them told me that they're working behind the scene. All right. Some of them are very present on social media as my book tribe members, but some of them are working behind the scene. So it's just extraordinary. What I want you to know is that you're never alone. But the key is this: you got to ask for what you want. If you don't ask, people cannot guess. You have to ask. Ask for what you want and be detached from the answer. If it's a no, it's a no. And if it's a yes, hell yes, right? And when you ask, be in the intention to receive. Don't go there as a victim, as a like, oh my God, I wish she could help me. Okay. Do you want to help me? And here in you, like, hell yes, I want this person to help me. Of course she's going to help me. Okay. That's key for a book or anything in life. So that's a big piece of wisdom that I'm giving you here, because it's gonna go. You're gonna have to go out of your own way, asking for what you want. It's not something you've been learning, okay? So, and practicing, we've not been taught that. We've been taught more to, when you ask for what you want, it's kind of impolite. When you think about it, it's crazy. Okay, I'm getting excited here, but that's good. So that's that. So I would say the foundation was to be able to say, I have a bunch of people who love me their own way, who are here with me. So I never feel alone. Even when I go live every morning like this to honor the book and honor all of you who've been involved, with the book, buying the book, reviewing the book, reading the book, rereading the book, putting stick-it in the books, highlighting the book. I know you here, right? That book tribe is gonna grow and grow and grow. The other thing I want to tell you is this. So that was this. I had support, right? I still have support from all the beautiful team that is behind my book, which is my coach, 2 coaches actually, my my, how do you say, publisher of the book. And then we had, we had some help with some content as well, etc., etc. The other thing that I did personally is so when you birth something, you change and your energy change. So it was really important for me, number one, to have a copy of the book in my hands to feel it. So as soon as I could get a copy of my book, I ordered it, and I did a photo shoot. And you saw some of the photos. I wanted to see. I wanted to see. It's like almost like a new a new limb of my body. It's not in my body, but it's like it's kind of something part of me now. It has its own vortex of energy, but when I am with a book, I feel like there is a connection. And so the photo shoot is a reflection of this, and the photos are amazing because so that energy of the book is on photos now, which is was very important for me, and it helped the book to be visible online big time. What else I wanted to share with you? Yes, the connection. So it's really, I could have said, my fear loud. People's gonna see me naked in that book. Um, but this is work that I've done. So yes, supported, but still, when you write your thing, you're alone inside of you, and you're like really connected to who is gonna read the book. What is the purpose of this book? So that book becomes an entity that has its own life of itself. And so I literally feel that I cannot ignore the book or drop the book. I want to honor the book. I have the desire to honor what came out of me in this that doesn't belong to me anymore. I cannot control how you're going to read the book. I cannot control how you're going to understand the book. I cannot control what part of the book going to land on you and how it's going to shift you. This is none of my business. So I want to honor whatever magic energetics of that book has. And so just from that very reason, I cannot not talk about the book or not show up for the book or do anything and everything for the book to be seen and got in hands of people who need to get the book. So yesterday, so yesterday I just want to share that with you. I wrote my very first news release for myself. So we offer news release services for clients who need stuff like that at Social Media Love, but I've never done one for me. Yesterday, I wrote my very first press release for me. And I was like talking, and like it was back, at journalism school. And so as a reporter, so I did, I think about this for my clients and everything, but I've never thought about for me, for my book. So one of my coaches the other day said, "Andre, did you do your news release?" I'm like, "Oh shit, no, I didn't do." So I wrote an amazing press release. So that's why I have a question for you. If you know a journalist, a reporter locally where you are, wherever you are in Canada, in the US, or even in uh, anywhere, in New Zealand, because we have our friend Tracy Tutti in New Zealand, who is a very fan of the book. That is interested into woman empowerment, online visibility, women in business, and what it takes to market your and promote your businesses and become visible on social media, let me know. So send me a DM and maybe give me an email and a name and the name of the media outlet. Small, medium, large, whoever you know, or maybe you listen to them on radio every morning. If there is a show that you listen to, you're like, oh, that would be a great topic, because my dream is to be interviewed about the book, right? I want this book to be talked on traditional media as well. So if you know any, local, so I know, for example, in New Brunswick, we have a few, but like even if you're in New Brunswick where I live, help me make sure that I hit all the magazines that we have locally, news, yes, reporter, like shows, like morning shows, afternoon shows, any that talk about women empowerment, the importance of mental health and emotional intelligence in marketing, when you build a community online, the part that we don't talk much about. And then, anything about the fact that the market of women in business is growing and growing and growing, right? So for sure, female entrepreneurs are going to be more and more building their digital footprint on the internet, and that book going to help them. So if you have any contact in the media world of shows or journalists in the news or anyone that write articles or radio shows or TV shows, DM me, and I need this by tomorrow, Friday, because I'm building kind of a plan right now that for my team who is behind the book, they want this so that we can start, reaching out and pitching the book. I'm also looking for podcasts. So if you know podcasts locally, like I have podcasts in mind that are more like national or in the US or in Europe, but I would love to be able to reach out to podcasts that are, local or that are smaller. So that's another one. Do you know a podcast where the host of the podcast would be interested in, talking about online visibility for women entrepreneur, women empowerment, your mindset, visibility mindset, and how to bring mindfulness in marketing. Also healing, trauma-informed marketing, I call this trauma-informed marketing. All these topics. If you think of any podcast that could benefit from having me as a guest to kind of nurture their audience with this topic here, would love to. Would love your help. So that's another thing, a piece of the puzzle. Like it's letting using others' audience, borrowing audience from others to let your project known. Okay, so I'm talking about the book, but you can transfer that to anything you're creating, a new program, a new retreat, anything, right? So what else did I wanted to share? So your book drive, oh yeah, and the connection, the daily connection. If you launch a book or a program and you want to involve people, like keep in touch with them. This is why I do this show. I started on the day of the launch and I'm continuing now because I really want to serve that baby fully, at least for the first few weeks. And then after that, maybe we'll shift the modality, the way we're going to be in touch. But I really want so much space and time where we can have those conversations. The idea behind this book is to really have those deep conversations around what does it mean to you to be visible. And I know in my world, we use V.I.S.I.B.L.E as an acronym, your voice, your ideas, your stories of life, your irresistible offers, your belief, your leadership, and your expertise. But what does it mean to you, and how do you live your visibility? And what is your dream around becoming more visible, knowing that it all starts within, right? Because and it doesn't mean, being online all the time or never be online, because I am one of those who was online all the time, but I was hiding, right? So it's learning how to be an observant of yourself. Where are you hiding right now that is actually blocking your visibility, blocking your sales, right? Because remember, as I said in the book, how you behave in one aspect of your life is probably a reflection of or how you behave in other aspects of your life, including in your business and in your online visibility. So that's why the inner work that we do together when we start your marketing is a game changer, because you cannot approach marketing the same way once you started to see who you are inside of you, and you finally listen to your little girl and what she needs the most of you right now, and you finally connect with your higher self, which is you, the one that has layers and layers and layers of limitation, of suppressed emotion, of oppressed emotion, of repressed emotions. Once we get there and we allow this to be fully expressed, everything changes. You start to write books and go on TEDx stage and organize amazing retreats. All this in 1 or 2 years. Boom, right? This is when everything starts to collapse in a good way. So the how do you do the, I call this the body interactions when you launch a book or something else? Well, you check what people say. So make sure that each time someone reacts to your post, you acknowledge their reaction, you share what they posted about your thing, and you celebrate them and you thank them and you send them an audio message, or you tag them, you talk about who they are, like, and then yeah, and then you just honor every action that anybody takes to support you. And it's not about, oh, let's support her. It's like, oh hell, look at what she's doing, because I so believe in what she's doing and I cannot wait to read my book, right? So it's all about making sure that you interact with people when they interact with you on social media, especially when they start, sharing your book or sharing your project. Interact with them, share them, tag them, making sure that people, when they see your share, they can tag on their name and check them out. It's a win-win situation. And if you're watching this and listening and I didn't share your stuff or tag your stuff, reach out to me, because it's possible that I missed some of them, because you are incredible at what you do with the book. So many of you are sharing photos of you and the book, you reading the book, and it just makes my heart beam, because when you do that, another woman gonna see it and do it, gonna say, oh, I need to figure out where to find that book, right? And I thank you so much. So if I didn't mention you or shared your stuff with the book, let me know, because I may have, you know, uh, it's possible. I am the one doing all the monitoring, going through the notification. Maybe I missed 1 or 2 or 3. Let me know. I don't want to miss anyone, because I love sharing your photos. I love sharing your reviews. I love sharing everything you say about the book. When you open the envelope coming from Amazon, I love those stuff. It's celebration. And when you are in a celebration mode, you teach your mind and your body that it's safe to be successful and to have fun in life. Not everything has to be hard, right? So I want you to know this. If you launch something and people are sharing, talking about it, make sure, because too often I see there are comments under your post and you don't interact with people in the comments. When someone spends time with you online, it's gold, because you know how everybody's super busy, right? So make sure they go back to the post of the day and see who commented below. Whether it's a launch or not, it could be a regular post that you do. Make sure you interact with every person that gives you a like or gives you a comment. Especially at first, if you're building a community, every signal is something you want to take care of, and even after, I would say. But when you get dozens and dozens, this is when you need to hire a team. Then can be a team of love and can be you in your name. Although I'm going to give you a tip right away, because this is something that always hurts me. If you at some point hire a team to do your monitoring, like to check who interacted with you and everything, make sure that if you hire a team, people know it is not you responding, but it's someone from your team. So it can be as simple as, Ashley from team social media love, could be, or it could be just team SML, team social media love. We don't have that yet, because I do all my monitoring, because I want my heart to be directly connected to you. And the day I delegate that task, it's going to be, I'm going to have to find the person to be me, and to really feel that love, because I love every interaction I have with each of you, whether you're new to my community or an OG, like an old, loyal person who is in my community, following everything since the beginning of time and becoming my clients or not. I love everybody in my community. That's why we have an amazing community. So make sure that when you interact, when you post something, if there are people commenting or liking or sharing, make sure you go back to them, thank them, maybe ask them more questions based on what they say, etc., etc. I'm just going to check something here because the other day I couldn't see any messages coming in. If you have any question when I talk, or again, if you want to come with me, I have 15 minutes left. I'm going to put a link in the comment, copy, that will allow you. And if you're on Instagram, you're going to have to come to Facebook because StreamYard doesn't stream on StreamYard. So join me here. We can be up to 15 people. That's my dream someday. Oh, I think I had it. No, I had 10 people once. It was cool for a show. Okay, I just want to make sure. And if you're on LinkedIn, I think you'd have to come to my Facebook. I don't think I access, unless I go directly in my LinkedIn, I'm going to put it in the comments because I think LinkedIn doesn't give you the comments directly from StreamYard, but maybe I'm not correct here. I'm just going to go and check. Yeah. Is it a comment here that I just did? Oh, thank you, Tanmay. I know, I love the color. I'm so glad how it turned out. So I'm gonna put it on LinkedIn here. Join me here on the live. Here we go. If you want to come and ask me question about the book, about anything, about your marketing, about your visibility, come with me. I would love to have you. So that's interesting because I'm on StreamYard and there are 2 or 3 people watching, I believe, on LinkedIn, and I don't see any that on my dashboard here. So I'm glad I just visited LinkedIn. So welcome aboard. And let me know if you have any question or anything. So when I say, doing the book launch was very organic, it was because I knew that I have my book launch tribe who are my people. Like they're people who've been in my business or in my life for a very, very long time, and they're doing public actions or behind the scene actions, and I'm in touch with them with email. And I don't send a ton of email. I think I sent 5 or 6 or 7 max, right, in 2 weeks. But we keep in touch like this. And then I have all of you who comes and see me in the live video and the posts. I'm trying to post more and more every day so that you see what your celebration of the book, your reception of the book, how the book helps you really impact others. Because I believe in the power of exponential distribution. Like when you share what the book did to you or does to you, then there is someone who says, okay, I exactly need this. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to grab the book and see what's going on. Because in case you don't know, in the book, it's the very part of the storytelling, big storytelling, but there is some pieces that are very kind of exercises, that they're not your typical exercises. They're like tangible. They're going to have, there's stuff that you're going to do in your house to implement some of the exercises. And there are ways to reach out to me. And that's another thing, when you do a launch, whatever, a book or something else, make sure that it's easy to reach out to you. Right. And my biggest, desire is to know that I am like you. I am yes, I published a book. Yes, I just did a TEDx, but it doesn't mean that I am not approachable. I used to think that myself, that I would see that people who were doing the things that felt completely impossible for me, I was like, oh my God, she doesn't have time to talk to me, right? So I want to break that because in the book, you can talk to me. Like there are many call to action to help you reach out to me, sharing photos of the exercise you do. There is also a gift that I give you. And then also in the DMs, when I do my live and here, like reach out to me in the DMs, no problem. Like tell me what comes up for you, because the more I hear you, and I understand what you feel right now. Or maybe you have some struggles with your visibility, or maybe the book brought something up that you never thought of, having this perspective on your visibility, right? So anything that comes up, share with me, because again, I wrote the book for you. I always say now, I got all naked in that book for you, because I want you to understand that we are kind of all the same, even though we're so unique. We are all, we all going through fears of rejection, fears of judgment, fear of being judged, fear of being abandoned, fear of shame and guilt. All those stuff affect the way you show up, whether it's subconscious or very conscious, right? Hello. How do you navigate that? First, how do you recognize it? And then how do you make the bridge between rediscovering what's going on with you, and then how it impacts your business and your marketing and the way you show up online and the way you charge your offers and the way you package them and the way you build relationship with your clients. Everything changes when you start with becoming visible inside of you. So that's why this book's gonna, if you've never saw your, because I know a lot of people do personal growth and mindfulness, but using that to help you with your marketing is gonna be game changer, game changer, because you're gonna kind of break down the walls between you and who is actually almost ready to work with you online, because you're gonna change your approach to it. You're gonna change how you are, how you be, how you emit emotions, energy to your people online, and they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel it big time. I'm amazed at how I see myself changing day after day, month after month, years after years, and how it really changed the way people feel more at ease to reach out to me and be with me and hang out with me and see the potential of working with me. So it's the same for you and your clients, big time. Okay, I'm just going to go back to my comments. I'm going to go directly because I don't think StreamYard wants to give me comments today. I'm just going to check if there are any comments on Facebook here. I see this. I don't see anything. As a moderator, you can make change in this video. No, I don't want to change this video. And then on LinkedIn, I just want to make sure that you are not alone here, because I don't see your comments. I see you here. Tane. That's a beautiful name. Award-winning business consultant. Yay! I love it. I love it. So now I'm just gonna, if there is no question per se, and here on Instagram, oh, thank you, Brenda. Brenda on Instagram, she says, you're so approachable. Okay. Well, that's the goal, because you don't build a community in a closed glass ball. I don't know how to describe it the best, right? And you know what? One of my other dreams is to have a retreat somewhere in the world where everybody from, the world of social media love, the ones that are outside of the world of social media love, but they look at it, and they would like to come in and they don't know which door to take, that we all meet somewhere. That will be my dream. And yeah, it's probably gonna happen, because since the beginning of the book, I keep telling you, as soon as you think of something, you put your focus and attention on it, your heart, your desire, then things happen as you take action every day. Every freaking day you move forward to your dreams. Okay, even if you know even if you're not sure of how this very action is going to lead to the actual dream, whatever you do, It's an action that goes towards building the dream. So I'm going to ask you again today to reconnect. What is your biggest desire today in terms of your business, your visibility, and your life? What is your biggest desire? The one that you don't even dare to say to anybody because it's so big, so big. And then in 1 second, so you're gonna say it in your mind, and then poof, 2 seconds later, your mind's gonna say, "You're crazy." So don't listen to your thought. Don't believe any thought you think right now, right? Connect with that desire. Imagine it. Feel in your body how it feels to be in there already. And it could be starting tingling, tears, smiles, or maybe because you've never done that before, you won't see anything and won't feel anything at first because your nervous system said, no, let's make sure she doesn't feel anything because we don't want her to change. We want to keep her the same, hidden and small. Her big dream, this is crazy. We're all going to die if she goes there. So at first, you know, your nervous system, your body and your mind is going to make sure that you don't see any of your desires in your mind and feel them in your body because it's too risky to change, right? So but practice it. And then what helps, the only thing that can help you is to regulate your nervous system. So if you can bring your nervous system to calm down through breathing, just breathing more slowly and deeply 3 times in a row. Actually, we could just do that for the time left of that show. What about we do that? All of us, we're going to start to breathe so that we can continue with the day from a regulated place so that you can take the next action you want to take from that place of ease and joy. And even if it feels scary, when you are regulated in your body, then your mind's going to be more calm. The thought's going to be more like supportive than rather than crushing you, right? So I'm going to show you the type of breathing that we do in my well, whether you are in Magic with Social Media Love or the Visibility Accelerator program. We use alternative. Oh my God, I'm mixing my English this morning. Alternative nostril breathing. Yes. So the pro use those 2 fingers. I use one. You can do, I'll show you the pro way and I'll do my way. Okay. So you plug one nostril and then you're going to inhale with the other one. You can just look first. And then after that, I'll invite you to close your eyes. So plug one and inhale through the left. And then you're going to take this one, the ring finger, and plug the left and exhale the right. So if you're congested, it doesn't work. You're going to, I know it's allergy season for some of us. So, and you exhale for the right. Then you're going to inhale through the right. And then plug the right, exhale the left. Inhale the left. Plug the left, exhale the right. Inhale the right. Plug the right, exhale the left. Inhale the left. Plug the left, exhale the right. I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for a few rounds and feel it even more. Inhale the right. Plug the right and exhale the left. Inhale the left. Plug the left, exhale the right. Inhale the right. Plug the right, extend the left. Inhale the left, plug the left, exhale the right. Bring back your hands on your lap. Please keep your eyes shut. Just take a few deep breaths, normal rhythm, and then just scan your body and see how it feels now. And then you can come back to me. And I would love to see how it feels to you once you get the coordination. So don't get hung up on the coordination. Practice it. So I have a stop on my phone at the top of every hour to breathe more deeply. And if I am not in a meeting or something, I'm going to do that methodology of breathing. If I am in a meeting, it's either I invite the people in the meeting to breathe with me, depending on the context, or I do it like slowly looking at you. And I do breathing very deep and slow, 3 times in a row. Yeah. And it's game changer. Game changer. So I'm going to let you go. I thank you for being here. And again, if you could give me some ideas around magazines or big, small, local that you would recommend me to reach out to talk about my book, please send me a DM and with the name of the magazine and maybe the website. And if you know someone, the name of the person with their email, even better. A podcast, small, big, medium, local, where I would reach out to be able to talk about my book. Some of you have already read the book, so if you have good ideas, not good, I'm sure they're going to be all good. It's not what I mean, but if you have like ideas that pop up, please reach out to me to advise me which podcasts or magazines or even journalists from different media outlets, local, small, big, medium, that you may know. Either a show that you think it would be appropriate to talk about women empowerment, women visibility, women in business, marketing, the mindset of marketing. If you know of any journalist, any people, blogger, podcaster who would enjoy, talk about this, I would love to have a DM from you with some contacts or a website. If you can do that for me tomorrow, I have a plan to write down to make sure that I kind of nail down who I want to talk to. So if you can send that to me today or even tomorrow, that would be awesome. I believe in you. I believe in your advice. So and I know you are the women in my community and men who are, some of you are here too. I know you are always investing in your personal growth, and I know that you're watching and reading and listening to many podcasts. So please send them my way if you see some of those. That could be a great connection for me to share the message of the book even more. So I thank you so much for being here. Brenda, you say it feels like I need to do my sinus rinse. Yeah, if you have congestion. Yeah, because we have so much pollen. So Brenda, you live in the same area as I do. And we have so much pollen right now that, doing alternate nostril breathing can be a challenge for some of us. But you can do the boxing breathing, and there's so many ways, right? I find that the alternative nostril breathing is amazing. It goes so deep in my guts that it really helps my nervous system. So thank you for being here. Keep sharing the book. Keep talking about the book, because as I said at the beginning, that baby has a life of itself. It's not mine anymore. And my mission is to give it a life. Like, I want this book to be in as many hands that it needs to be for whoever needs it right now in their life. So thank you for spreading the message, and thank you for being here. And I love spending time with you like that before I start my full day. So thank you and thank you and thank you. Ciao, ciao.